What is it? What is it? What is it, YouTube? It is your boy Dominzs here at Common Sense Graphics. And today in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to draw thick legs. So I'm going to have 4 different styles of legs. I'm going to be drawing all different postures. But let's get into the video. So as always, like I always say, the first thing you always want to do is just rough sketch it out and draw out your shapes. When it comes to legs, like I said before in the past, it's like drawing a bunch of bowling pins or chicken legs or potatoes or curved noodles, depending on which way you're drawing these legs. And on this particular figure's form, I'm going to have her back leg overlapping her front leg, showing off more of her backside. This is a pretty difficult position because most people usually don't draw their characters from the back, and so it's a bit of a challenge. And for me, it was still a challenge rough sketching this out, and pretty much I just had to feel my way through it while drawing this character's body. I'm going to draw her a little bit more cartoony, a little bit more pin-up, and I'm going to give her that big bodacious butt that I like to draw with my characters, because we all know that's where it's really at. Right now her butt's looking kind of small, but I'm about to extend it out and make it go ba-bang. But pretty much just have some fun with it. Trial and error is key. Make sure you have a plan. Look at references and things like that, because it's always important to look at references. Look at some real life photos of people, if you're going to be doing a cartoon style like how I am, or if you want to do more realistic, then you could try doing that as well. But for me, drawing on this iPad and Procreate, I just kind of just trialed and errored it and have some fun. I made things look a little bit out of proportion. Like I made the legs and hips a bit more bigger, I made the head a little bit bigger size, and I gave her quite a big bust just because it's a bit more cartoony and loony, if you will. And pretty much that's it when it comes to this in particular body posture. This one was very easy because the legs, one of the legs is hidden behind the other leg, and so there's not much else there. You just got to figure out how you want your character to stand, and then yeah. But let's get on to the very next body position after this one finishes up. So this position is more of a straightforward position, and it's a bit difficult, even in my opinion. I promise you I did not draw this properly. I really messed up when I drew this figure, and it's a very hard one for me, drawing the up front looking forward at you picture with the legs kind of bow-legged a little bit, trying to be, you know, sexy as if she was wearing heels or whatever, is a hard position. And pretty much just again draw those shapes. Those shapes really do help out when it comes to when you start finalizing your image and making the final outline of your image, and just start using those shapes. Really look at how the legs are curved, look at how they look like, you know, look how they look like, wow. Just keep an eye on how you're doing things. Don't be in such a rush to start finalizing right away. If you're someone who's like me, who needs to draw his shapes out and forms and things like that. And usually with me now, I draw my legs first before I start working on the body, because it's just easier. And yeah, you just got to depend. Make sure you have a plan on what you're doing. If you don't have a plan, you can get lost real quickly on what you want your character to look like. And it's just best to just trial and error it until you finally are able to get it. And with me, it took me a little while, but I think I finally got this one down right here, even though I know I messed up a lot just because this particular character is just not an easy stance. And this is, like I said, like a up front, legs kind of, or feet kind of pointing at each other style of stance. Like let's say like a woman in her swimsuit, and you know, you're trying to draw her in a pinup style. Well, yeah, pretty much just plug at it, mess with the curves, trial and errors. You see me, I'm making lots of errors. I'm going back and I'm redoing it till I can find a line I like. That line looked decent, but I didn't like it that much because the other leg didn't match with it. So I went all the way back, and I'm starting again to see what I can do. I don't like the way that looks, so I'm gonna try again. So like I said, trial and error is key, but just keep at it. Now the position I'm drawing right now is probably a more common, very common style of position. It's pretty much just like a half side. Like let's say you're looking at someone as if they're looking at you at their 11 or 10 o'clock, and you're looking straight at them at your 12 o'clock. So it's just kind of like a side angle, if you will, a frontal side angle. And it's not that difficult, but really just focus on the leg that is sticking out. As you can see, I have this left leg of this character I'm drawing, and it's just out there showing. I'm going to put more detail on this one particular leg over the other because the other leg is covered up, and so I don't really have to worry about this other leg too much. And just plug at it and just feel it, and these shapes really do help. For example, these shapes look like upside down raindrops, or like dragon scales, if you will, and they just really work for what I got going on here for this character. And as you see, this leg is coming along very quickly, as if she's not wearing anything. Like imagine, like I said, bathing suit, or maybe she's wearing like leggings or tights, if you will. And it just comes together. You just got to keep on plugging at it, and then eventually you can start working on the other body parts. For example, me, I'm gonna put a hand right here on the hip just to show a little bit of that spice, some of that flavor, and just keep on plugging. And don't worry about too much detail. Don't go fast, because when you start to go fast, you start to lose your center of focus, and you can become sloppy when you're drawing fast. That's probably one of the hardest things for most artists, is just to slow down. We want to finish our work. We get excited sometimes, and it's just best to just slow it down a little bit. And as you see right here, I got this one leg looking super bodacious just because it is looking good, but the other leg is horrible. But just keep on plugging at it just to make it look bomb. And like I said earlier, don't be afraid to just focus on one leg just to get practice in. And like I said, for example, I'm just drawing the lower halves of these people mainly, except for the first one. I drew more of a full body, but most of these characters I'm drawing right now are all just lower halves, and just focus on one leg. And for this next position I'm drawing is going to be the most popularized style. It's like the #1 pinup style, the one with the girl has the one leg in the air, and pretty much it's the same thing. You want to draw like these weird dragon scales, weird looking teardrop half egg things, or pins, whatever, and it really makes the shape. And then pretty much you just draw the outer lines of it when you get down to it, and pretty much that's it. And just trial and error. For me, I'm going fast here for the sake of the video, so I can't do anything proper just because it'll take more time. But just have fun with it. Don't stress it out. Just really just practice with yourself on how you're doing this thing. It's like when I did the breast video for the women's breast. Realistically, just take your time and just keep on practicing, trial and error. Look at real references or look at other people's references, because a good reference is always the best thing to look at. Lots of artists who I know, who I talk to, who are digital and stuff like that, they have, you know, a file filled with, you know, body positions and things like that, where they can just look at just in case they need a quick reference. And it's very important that you pay attention to those type of things when you're doing your artwork. But that's pretty much all of the body positions I have set up for this video. And yeah, it's your boy Dominzs here at Common Sense Graphics, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want me to do more tutorials like this where I'm talking about individual body parts, please don't hesitate to let me know. Your boy Dominzs here, signing out.